Yo, what's going on, guys? I haven't made a video here in a minute, but we're going over the Holy Priest for the PvP guide. This video, we're going to be talking about the race, the talents, PvP talents, stats, tier gear, embellished items, enchants, offensive, defensive rotation, macros, composition for some 2s and 3s, comps. It's going to be kind of a quick video. If you don't know who I am, it's all right. This is the experience that I've had on Holy Priest in 3s, 31, 35. Also been 3200 in Discipline on solo shuffle. This is not the right character. That was my other priest. 3200 to 3k as a Holy last season. Didn't really push too much this season, like at all. I just got back and I got everything going on, but we are about to push. We got them MMR. We just need the games. So first thing is the race. The most popular one is the Night Elf for Alliance side. The next one is Horde, which is really good. Full of Forsaken. Night Elf gets the Shadow Meld. Horde Undead gets Will of Forsaken. Some other good mentions are Gnome, which they can get out of roots every 1 minute, which lines up good with a root beam. If boomkin druids are overtaking the ladder board and they're everywhere, then gnome is a really good option. Dwarf is a good option. Everything is a really good option. It's all right. You know, you can't really be carried by a racial as a priest, but some big ones are definitely better, like Night Elf and Undead and Gnome in that sense. So that's it for race. Talents plus PvP talents are next. I only have 2 talents, two builds, which are the complete exact same. One has Enlightenment with stun, or one does not have Enlightenment, has stun instead, and one does not have stun, one has Enlightenment. So solo shuffle, always run the stun. You don't have to worry about mana, and you always get an extra stun, which is great. Yeah, so this is the build. Nothing too crazy on it. You get Void Shift, obviously, always have Void Shift. Whenever you press it, you switch health with someone. So you have 25% health, they have 100% health. Well, switch health percentage with them. Power of Life is super good. You really need this for Holy. None of the other ones are that great. You can go Angelic Bulwark if you're getting trained. You can switch the build up a little bit, go into that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You can switch out Spell Warding plus Recovery depending on what's happening. If you're getting trained from melee, or not melee, but if you're getting trained in general in their melee, yeah, you would want to take this. If you're just facing casters or whatever, just take Spell Warding. It's probably the best. So for this one, Binding Heals or Angel's Mercy, change it depending on what's happening. If you're not getting trained, Angel's Mercy, you're facing like Affliction Warlock, Shadow Priest, this is good because you can always stay above 90% health, which will proc your embellishment item if you're running this one that I'm going to mention in a bit. This row on the Holy side, you want Sanctify. You want Chastise, go down here, keep going down. You want to get Define Him, definitely. In Gales of Song, it's going to go into a PvP talent, a new one that I'm going to talk about here in a minute. Big thing, Apotheosis, it's really good. You want to get this, and then Desperate Times is really good as well. Trust me on it. Prayer Mending, it's jumping around while they're dropping below 50% health. While you're in a CC, it will save them. Big healing, trust me on it. You go down here to get Divine Image. You're going to get Imperial Blaze on this build as well, so you're going to have a lot of damage. And you have stun, like I said. So stun with Imperial Blaze with this big healing down here. It's really going to be able to keep people up. And then you're going to have Miracle Worker and Epiphany, which is really good with your Prayer Mending, because Prayer Mending is going to be your biggest heal and your biggest focus. So Miracle Worker, really, not Miracle Worker, Epiphany, really good. You're going to be pressing Prayer Mending, and then, you can press Serenity, it resets the cooldown of Prayer Mending, 25% chance, and then you throw out another one, and that has a chance to proc your 2 set, which procs your 4 set constantly, which increases your healing. So really good on that part. PvP talents, if you don't want to mess with any PvP talents, just take Phase Shift, Seraphic Crescendo, however you say that. It's a new talent. No idea how to say that. I need Google Translate, damn it. Spirit of the Redeemer. Spirit of the Redeemer is going to line up with Divine Hymn now. So if you want to use combine those, you can press Spirit of the Redeemer and Divine Hymn, and then it's going to, do a big heal on everybody. It's going to increase everybody's healing that they take and receive for like, what, 20 seconds or something? 25 seconds. It's going to be like, I can't remember how much, 40% or something like that. Yeah, so it's really good, super good. You can take things like Holy Word, it's really good. If you're playing with casters, Sanctified Ground can be good. Ray of Hope can be good as well, versus things that have a really big burst. Burst, AoE guys, like a Frost DK, or just DKs in general. Absolute Faith can be pretty good as well, but all of these are just, in my opinion, better. It's just good for everything. It goes literally good into anything. You can phase shift CC, you can phase shift damage, you can phase shift anything. You can, these two line up together. Really, really good for a big cooldown, so I don't recommend taking those off. So for the stats, let's see what this guy said. So for the stats, they're pretty simple. Literally just versatility and mastery. Those are like your biggest priority. My gear is not the best, so don't look at that exactly. But your main stats, versatility and mastery. So, and then you go into haste a little bit more, and then last, but definitely least, crit. So mastery, you got most mastery, versatility, haste, and then crit. So your gems would be like mastery, versatility gems, which are called Zen Netherite gems. So that's what you'd want to do with that. Tier gear, you want your 4 set. I don't have the right pieces on it, I don't think. You want the most mastery, like I said, so whichever pieces give you the most mastery and versatility will, and then haste. So I'm gonna have to look at all that later. Pretty sure the chest gives crit and mastery. I'm not sure. Not 100% sure on that. But I think I might change it up a little bit. I'm gonna have to go look into that. Nope, these give crit mastery, so these might give something else like crit verse or something. But like I said, with the stats, mastery, embellished items, so depends on what you're playing with and what can be good and what you're facing and everything. So a good one, this is good versus anything, literally anything. Successfully applying a loss of control effect or interrupting an enemy or dispelling anything gives you 510 intellect for 10 seconds, 30-second cooldown. Third of the game you have an extra 510 intellect. Third of the game you have 510 intellect. Whole piece of gear literally is more intellect than this belt that it's crafted on. Gives you like 470 or something whenever it's actually activated in PvP. But yeah, you really want that one. The next one is this Zen Focus. Gives you 380 mastery. That's what it is. Whenever you're above 90% health, so your prayer mending is constantly jumping around. Your, what do you call it? Binding heals is constantly healing you, so you're always above 90% health, so you're always gonna have an extra piece of gear worth of mastery on you. Another one is precog, really good, especially if you're playing with people that are not casters, which you are going to be the focus of interrupts on your team, so their enemies are focusing on interrupting you. So you would want precog, and then you could, instead of this one right here, this mastery one, you would want precog, and then you could, every single time the enemy kicks you while you're not casting, so you start casting, and then you juke them, you stop your cast, they kick you, and then you get 15% haste for 4 seconds, and you're immune to interrupts, stuns, kicks, and everything like that. So you can free cast for 4 seconds right after that. It's really good with that. It's a really good embellishment. The enchants, pretty simple. You just get homebound speed, reserve of intellect, devotion of speed, or whatever that is on the bracers, Sophic devotion. You go down here, you get the belt clasps, 11,000 gold, so no sir, no thank you. Not gonna be taking that for another minute. Even it's 106 stamina, so it's not crazy, but I'm gonna get it whenever I get the gold. Well, not get the gold, but whenever it gets a little cheaper. Plains Runners, Breeze, and then the Mastery enchants on the rings, really good. The offensive defensive macros, let's get down here for this. Whee! That didn't go well. The offensive defensive, let's go over the offensive real quick. Your dot doesn't really do anything, you only put it on rogues or hunters or their pets so they can't go in camo, but you want to pretty much just holy fire, But the main thing is you want to chastise before you do all your damage. So you could PI, chastise, and then it summons this Naru, and then you can mind games. But Imperial Blaze before all this, you chastise, mind games with the PI, and then you holy fire over and over, and your Naru constantly does damage with you as well. So if we look at this damage meter, holy fire 300k, it's still ticking with a dot. 340k right now, it's still taking for another 10 seconds. And then you have Burning Vehemence, which did 300k. I it's not gonna do that much in actual arenas. It does like probably half that in the arena. You know, it's not that much. It's not the same as your holy fire. But your mind games and then your chest does, and then it's not showing the damage for some reason. There it is. There's the actual damage readers. 50,000 done from your Naru just because you chastised first, so an extra 50k. Really good. Make sure you do that. And that's pretty much it for the offensive damage rotation. So, chastise whenever your enemy healer gets in CC, chastise stun the kill target, and then throw all your damage out there. So for the defensive, the healing rotation, it's not as complicated as it used to be with the resonant words, the light weaver, nothing like that. Now it's literally just prayer mending, because you got these prayer mending big talents, you got these prayer mending epiphany, you got all this prayer mending stuff. And everything is focused on prayer mending. Benediction is, you got your prayers, you got epiphany, you got everything. Focus bending, you got everything that's focused around prayer mending. And then it also procs your mastery thing, I don't know what it's called. It also procs Echo of Light, so anytime it heals, your prayer mending and your Echo of Light go together, and they're your top heals. They're your top number 2 heals. And so you're constantly pressing prayer mending off cooldown. That's all there is to it now. There's no light weaving anymore. There's no resonant word weaving anymore. Whatever you want to call it. It's literally just you press prayer mending, you can press serenity, and it's going to go off your 2 set and your 4 set. It's going to increase the healing of your next holy words or your damage. So then you would literally prayer mending, you chastise. It's going to give you a chance to reset it, which I am not getting any right now. That's very unlucky of me. But then you could prayer mending again, and you just press heal, flash heal. You never really press heal anymore too much, because there's no point. You're not playing Light Weaver anymore. You can press it if you want to. It is still going to be a bigger heal for longer of a cast, but really you can get more globals out with just pressing heal, flash heal. Press prayer mending literally off cooldown. That is the biggest thing though. Prayer mending off cooldown. That's all there is to it. All there is to it. And then you can press something like a holy word right after and reset your cooldown, and then press it again. And like I said, prayer mending off cooldown. We haven't got to, I didn't mean to click that. We haven't got the rating yet. We have the MMR. We just have not queued the games yet. We're working on that. Defend with the macros, the next thing right here. So there's some really good macros here. You got the arena 1, 2, 3. They'll all be in the description with mind control and chastise. You got this feather one where instead of clicking feather and clicking the ground, you can literally click feather, puts it directly on you. So, you have to click one button. My mouse is floating all around. I just click it, and it makes me sprint. So another one, Power Infusion. With this name, you put in whoever's name after equal sign, and you can be targeting anything. You can be targeting a squirrel, and you can press the PI button, and it'll PI Power Infusion whoever you have in the macro. So if I have this guy right here, targeting the squirrel, press it, and it Power Infusions this priest right here. Right? So that's a really good one. Another one is target to target macros. So if I'm targeting the shadow priest, right, and then I have the target to target macro on, and he's targeting this dummy over here. So you see I'm going to target him, and then I'm going to holy fire, and I holy fire this guy that he's targeting. Crazy. Super good, super handy, so you don't have to target this guy, then target this guy, then target this guy, then target this guy. You can also do it with purges as well. Dispel magic, mind games, anything you want to. Another one is death, focus death macro. It's good for you just don't have to target anybody. So if I put this guy on focus, I can target this guy and just death him. Target anything and death him. So, really good. That's pretty much it though. Composition for 2s and 3s. Pretty simple. 2s is like rogue priest, really good. Hunter priest. Feral Druid priest, anything priest really, but those 3 are really good. For 3s, there's a bunch of different stuff. It's like jungle right now is decent. Hunter, Feral Druid, Holy Priest. You got another one that's usually good. It's not as good right now. It could definitely be decent, I'm pretty sure. Thug Cleave, Rogue, Hunter, Priest. Got some other things, just like caster comps. You can play any caster comp. Play like Ellie, Locke, anything really. Boomy Rogue. Everything is really good right now. You can play Ellie Rogue right now. Anything is really good. RMP Rogue Mage Priest. It's another really good one. So there's not much to talk about compositions because it's kind of simple with compositions. Get big damage if you don't know exactly what you're doing. Queue with some people that do huge damage. So like I said, the Ellie Assassination Rogue really good for huge damage. That's what I played last season, up to very high rating. It's 2900 is what we queued it up to. We didn't get a queue the last few days though. Sucks. But that's what we queued up to 2900 MMR, and that's what rank 1 was. So it's a really good comp. And then like Lock Rogue is really good as well. Boomy Rogue, like I said. There's some good ones though. Anyways, well, I'm heading out. Everybody like the video. It'll help it spread to everybody else, and it'll help me how I just wasted my time for 15 minutes, 16 minutes to make this video. It'll make me want to make another video with maybe a Discipline Priest guide or something else. Maybe make me actually upload to YouTube again after 6 months of not uploading. Anyways, twitch.tv/Tarval. Gonna go check it out. Might start streaming again. Go follow it. Doesn't hurt anything. Anyways, peace out. Later.